Hey Toronto Maple Leaf fans, Mark Fera here with the Blue Line. Lots of talk here in Toronto and local papers and radio about Auston Matthews packing up his talents and moving to another city at the end of next year when his contract is up. That ain't happening. Want to know why? Well, let's do this. I'm not sure why over the last decade or so, but Toronto fans seem to have developed a real insecurity every time an elite level player comes to play in our city. But with the Blue Jays, whether it be with the Raptors, but most importantly with the Toronto Maple Leafs. It seems like every time we've had the ability to land a top level player, instead of appreciating the skill set and the efforts they're bringing during that time, the talk immediately begins on them leaving every time their contract is up. And I'm not really sure why, because over the last number of years, all three of those teams, in particular the Toronto Maple Leafs, have developed a culture that players want to be a part of. And why wouldn't they? I mean, the team has broken records for wins, points on a regular season on a regular basis. And they're part of a group, and especially Auston Matthews, who believes that they can get to the next level. And why wouldn't they? I mean, a goal called back on John Tavares ties that game up, and it's anybody's show from that point on. We potentially could have eliminated the two-time Stanley Cup champions, and no one knows where we would be right now. So why would they want to leave? I mean, Auston Matthews has already won a Rookie of the Year. He's already won two Rocket Richard trophies, and he's on the verge in just days of winning his first Hart Trophy, something that no player in our team's history has ever done. And this is why he's already the greatest player in Toronto Maple Leaf history. But that's for another debate we'll get into a little bit later on. But for now, Auston Matthews is a big city personality. Where is he going to go and play any bigger than in Toronto? Where is he going to get the endorsements? Where is he going to get the fame? You know, some people talk about him going back to Arizona. Well, let's look back at Eric Lindros being drafted by the Quebec Nordiques. People often thought that he didn't want to go to Quebec because he just didn't like Quebec. That had nothing to do with it. It was about ownership and stability. These players have put their entire lives into their development with their minimal, very short window of an opportunity to go and win and do something special. Lindros didn't know where that ownership was going to be in 2 or 3 years. He didn't even know if that team was still going to be in the city. So why would he want to invest in that city? Now, it was nothing personal. It was literally a choice. Now, let's go back to Arizona. There's lots of talk about a new arena. There's lots of talk about this, lots of talk about that. But again, what situation are they going to be in a year and a half's time when it comes down to Matthews becoming a free agent? And secondly, you know, he doesn't even know if he's going to be staying there unless they sign an extremely long-term arena deal, which again is only a rumor at this point. He could be playing in another city like Quebec City in 2 or 3 years down the road. So again, tell me why he'd want to play there. Secondly, he'll never get the popularity, he'll never get the endorsements, and he'll never be recognized like his personality flares to be. Okay, so at the end of the day, there's no reason why Auston Matthews is going to want to leave Toronto. He's only a few seasons away from breaking long-term records like Toronto Maple Leafs, all-time points, all-time goals, and really, if he could ever win a Stanley Cup in Toronto, this country will shut down and they'll name streets after him. I just think that so many of the times that we talk hockey in Toronto, it's always about the Canadian player. It's always about the little Canadian one, whether it's Doug Gilmour, whether it's Wendell Clark, whether it's Davey Keon. It's always the talk of, or Mitch Marner. It's always the talk about the little Canadian who looks like they're working harder than the big one. Toronto fans, you need to appreciate what you have in this player because he's not going to last forever. And it's something that is extremely special. It's the best moments we've seen in a single player in our team's history. Okay, and just to make it a little bit more special, as you can see, I'm a huge supporter of Auston. I'm actually wearing his jersey, his gloves, and his stick from the outdoor game in Hamilton earlier this year where he'd take that famous cross-check getting his first suspension against Stanley. And to my one side here, I've got the 2 sweaters that he would wear in his first NHL development camp. He was actually wearing 63 at the time, right before he'd move into his rookie camp, the first times that he would see him wear a 34. And then on the other side, me here, we've got his 2 of his rookie season sweaters, his earliest known basically away sweater The first sweater he would wear after his 4-goal game. They would give him that sweater, and they would reissue a set 1. So this would be the sweater that he'd wear for his away games from his second away game right until Christmas time, and the one in behind it would be his sweater that he would wear towards the end of his rookie season when he would set all those rookie records. We've got lots around. We're going to get into lots more memorabilia, guys. I hope you really appreciate what we're trying to do here. I want to hear your comments, and you know what, if you have any comments, make sure you leave them in the bottom. And if you like this, please sign up on our YouTube video, the Blue Line Official, and we truly appreciate you taking part in this. For the Blue Line, I'm Mark Fera.